Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, John Harcar, and I'm here today with Dawn Cassara. And what we're going to talk about, besides her journey in business and real estate, we're going to talk about the infinite banking concept. I know you guys might have heard or seen it on some other shows, but Dawn's going to share her knowledge with us, and I definitely look forward to that. Remember, guys, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, really all real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their business. You know, we're providing tools, resources in the community to scale your business, which in turn helps you scale your life. Dawn, welcome to our show.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to learning more about the infinite banking. But before we kind of get into all that, why don't you give our audience a little bit of a little bit of background about you, kind of what brought you into real estate or infinite banking, and what got you to today.
Okay. Well, my family was in real estate investing, and I managed to ignore it for a lot of years because I found that I had a talent for IT, really, programming,
Okay.
and fell right into that and did that for many years. And then I had a son with a disability and couldn't really continue at the pace working outside of the home. So I started a marketing company. And that led me into some other areas. I really got into real estate at that point, and I got my life insurance license and started going to real estate investors meetings and opportunities for that and presenting to them, because the infinite banking concept is really, if designed correctly, it's really for real estate investors or any type of investor, but real estate investors get the most out of it.
Okay. So you had a family. Why didn't you want to do real estate? Why did you mentioned you ignored it?
I don't know. I just wasn't interested in it. I was more into computers, and then my time was taken up with my son, pretty much, for a lot of years. And so basically I just did what I could do from home and not have too much on me, which was the marketing, and we did pretty well with that. But when I got back and moved into Sarasota, I just moved to Sarasota a short while ago, and because I just love it down here, and the real estate investment it's so active here. There's a meeting every day, and I'm learning so much, and I was just so interested in it. So I did start a bit of wholesaling to get my feet wet.
Yeah.
But I'm presenting this infinite banking concept at I've presented it just about every meeting that we have here, different clubs. And so they just love it. They can't get enough of it. They want to get it as soon as they understand what it's about. Now, they also have presenters talking about 401ks and IRAs. So we compare them and their limitations compared to infinite banking.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Which basically, most people don't even know what it is, that it's a whole life policy, and it can be mixed with some term in the same policy to make it affordable, but it's set up by to allow paid up additions, which means you can add money to it into the cash value, because you may or may not know that life insurance, whole life, builds up cash value on its own, but it does it very slowly. So if you have the money to put into it, the first year you can put in 10 times the amount of your policy. So, that's a big draw, because you can loan it out immediately to yourself at 95% of the money that's in the cash value, can borrow it. It's at a much lower interest rate. And the fact that life insurance has a stable, guaranteed interest rate of somewhere between 5 and 8% over the last 30 years. Right now, it's right around 6, but it's guaranteed. It's not in the stock market. So, and life insurance companies, most people don't know this either, but they put their safer investments into this. They have their categories of how much they can invest into each, and their safest investments are considered the life insurance. It's called BOLI, bank-owned life insurance.
Okay.
And it's a thing. And so, banks, they've done a great marketing job since about 100 years ago, they really started. Before that, there was only this. And it's fueled and been the main source of gains for people like Roosevelt and Macy and Penny's and Ray Kroc. And, and today, any really wealthy people, they know about this, because it's the really the best way to make your money and save it and create generational wealth. It cuts out the interest, it cuts out the taxes that you would be paying on your money, and you don't have to qualify for loans. You just put in the request and it's in your bank account in a day or two. I mean, it is so easy. There's no fees. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to have a good credit score. They don't care. It's your money.
Right.
And they basically pay you about 2% to borrow money. And
Wow.
you've
Okay.
just not heard that concept before, because between what they pay you and what they charge for the loans, they keep paying you even though you borrowed it out.
Right. Okay.
That on the entire amount, you get paid that around 6%. It's somewhere around there, and it's different for different people. But it depends on how much, you're investing into your own account and all that stuff. But, your health is obviously a factor. So as long as your health is not really terrible, you can qualify for this at a decent rate, and especially using partly term insurance. Then, at the end of the term, I did 10-year term. At the end of that, you can switch it over to all whole life, and you're going to be in so much better financial position. It will save you anywhere from 10 to 50% of your income. If you're a business that has equipment, we have case studies that it has really saved 50% of their income from their business. But
What are some of the cons of doing this infinite banking concept?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Well, if you're comparing it, there's really only advantages compared to 401k and IRAs, and they're on the website. I actually have specific pages just for those topics to compare them, and you can see there aren't many advantages to using your funding your deals, that way compared to this. But if you're comparing it to a bank, I mean, you have to realize banks lend your entire amount of money out immediately. And when you want your money back out of any sum, they're very particular, and it's hard, it can take a while.
Sure.
And it depends on, you have to qualify for it. And it's in a loan, and there's fees, and there's no fees in this. So, it's just a world of difference. There's not many cons to it. I have a lot of people using it now, and the biggest thing that they say to me is, why didn't I know about this sooner?
Right.
I would have started this at the beginning of my real estate investing instead of towards the end,
Do you think?
and the other thing, if your health isn't good and you have an insurable interest, like someone in your family, somebody that would, not benefit, lose, from your loss of income when you die, that it would affect them. And so you can use them as the insurable interest and still own the policy and control it. They don't get to use it. We're just using them as the insured. And so we get to go along with our business and not have to worry about anything. So just about anybody can do this. That was one of the biggest cons when we first started, because a lot of real estate investors are older and their health may not be that good. But we found, that this was a perfectly acceptable way around that.
Are you finding people are becoming more aware of it now?
They are, but most people have been told about it wrong, because there's a lot of insurance salesmen out there that are not certified in infinite banking, trying to sell it with things like IULs, which is not, it goes kind of against the actual way to use it. I mean, it's meant to be used with whole life, and of course, like I said, with some term mixed in to help with the monthly cost on it. So, and again, for whatever policy amount you buy, you can invest back into it up to 10 times the first year and then 4 times every year after.
Okay.
So you don't have those limits that you have with some of the other retirements accounts. And this is not a retirement account, although it does build generational wealth. It's not the same. It's a way to control your own finances without having to work through somebody who's not even going to let you have your own money back, or so many different things that banks do that cost people more money than they need to be doing. And be able to control your own money is priceless.
Yeah.
Your
100%.
own investments. And it can be used for any investment. It doesn't have to be real estate investing. You can use your money any way you want. And number one, you don't have to pay it back. It will just come out of the death benefit.
Right.
If you don't have any children, it's still a really good way to go.
That's awesome. So what are the top, 1 or 2 things that someone needs to ask himself if they're considering getting into doing this infinite banking concept?
What are the asks?
Yeah, like what would someone
Right.
need to ask themselves? Like before I get into this, I should ask myself, does this apply, or am I at this stage in my business or life or whatever?
Really, if you have the money to put into it, to take advantage of it,
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
That's the biggest thing.
Okay.
Because again, if you don't qualify for the insurance, you probably have someone in your family that can, or an
Right.
insurable interest
Okay. Well,
that
very cool.
can.
And you help
But
folks. You help folks to set this up and do stuff like this.
yes, my partner and I are one of the few. There's only 300 in the United States that are certified in this, that
Okay.
actually know how to set up the policy properly and get you the best interest rates. And not only that, we train people. Actually and obviously a change in lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Because any money that you bring in now, you want to run through that policy, and you can take as many loans as you like. And you can have multiple policies up to the limit of what they will give you,
Right.
again, according to your health and income. But basically, you want to put as much into this as you can and then run it through and then borrow it back and you gain that 2% on your money. And sometimes it's more than that. I'm
Yeah.
very conservative in how I explain this because I want people to understand how it works before they get into it. I do not want someone coming in and saying, "Oh, I didn't understand this,"
Right.
So
Right. Well, if there's
we're
folks
very
that
ethical.
if there's folks that are here listening to this and they want to get in touch with you and talk more about it, what's the best way for them to get in touch?
Well, my website is wealthresources.net. They can go there. They can fill out the form. I can know exactly how to help them if they'll, go fill out the form, or they can call me and set up an appointment on my calendar. Any of those ways.
Okay.
I'm very easy to get in touch with. This is, my focus, and I want to help people. But
Perfect.
we have formed a new company that I'm extremely excited to announce. We're going to help older people who have lost the ability to stay in their own home financially. And we're going to do it ethically. We're not like those companies that are out there trying to load them up with money, loans, and things that they can't afford. We have a way of doing this that doesn't really cost them anything. It'll be an interest-only loan. And our partners, and that's the other thing, if you're a real estate investor, you're going to love this deal on your side because we're taking in JV partners to help those people. And then you're going to have control over how much you make. So far, we're looking at people making the JV partners making around 25 to 30% on their money.
That's
Or
awesome.
a little higher, but it won't be lower.
That's awesome. Well, hey guys, you heard it here first. She's got an offering out there. I appreciate you coming on here, Dawn, and sharing all the information. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.